Hi everyone, it's Ali, and after a while, like 3 or so videos, I'm back with Miraculous. Well, there wasn't really any point in making Miraculous videos. I didn't have much to say. I mean, I think I said everything that I was able to say up until that point. But then, yesterday, or today technically, a new episode just dropped. Mr. Agreste. So, let's not waste any more time in introductions, and let's just get into it. We begin with a flashback. A lot of this season, we see the day that Luca left. Adrian tries to make him stay, but they both know he can't.
Hey, wait! Don't go, Luca! I have to go. Maybe you don't. You say you know Ladybug and Cat Noir's secret identities, but how can you be sure you're leaving for Brazil over nothing? If I stay, I'll only make it harder for Monarch to be defeated by Ladybug and you.
I have, like, an imagine you put me in my... So, there's that. Who
At some point.
Marinette has a nightmare about Adrian finding out the secret and getting akumatized. Adrian isn't feeling too well himself, as he's gotta go to the mayor's office to sign off on whether he wants a statue built of his father or not. Plaid continues lying to Adrian, as Adrian tells him he doesn't totally buy Ladybug's story. He asks him if he saw anything since he was there, and he just dodges the questions. They head to the mayor's office, where Theo tells him about building the statue for the saint that is Gabriel Agreste. Adrian feels a tad gaslit and conflicted about how everyone seems to be glorifying Gabriel, which he's not a fan of since, you know, he was a shit father. Marinette, feeling guilty, finally tries to tell Adrian, but Natalie pulls a 150 and tells her she can't. She instead goes to talk to Luca, and we meet his new fake girlfriend. Getting a flashback about why Luca left, and turns out it was all because of Marinette. He still loves her, and he's afraid that his jealousy is gonna get him akumatized, so he left. He tells Marinette all of this in the flashback, but at the end just pulls his second chance and tells her that he's got a girlfriend in Brazil. Adrian tells Natalie that he doesn't want the statue, while Ladybug arrives in Brazil and borrows Luca's Miraculous and tells him the truth about Gabriel, and for some reason, he demands she give him her Miraculous. I guess because he knows that Adrian is Cat Noir, so he knows he can handle this, maybe? But this just ends up being too much for her, and she pulls the second chance. Oh, and Theo simps for Gabriel so hard that he gets akumatized into him. Adrian transforms and they fight, which ends up with Adrian's Miraculous being taken. Not even 10 episodes in and Lila is already taking the Miraculouses. Gabriel could never. Ladybug arrives on time, but fighting gets them nowhere until Adrian starts trauma dumping on him and the statue breaks. The episode ending with Adrian accepting he will never know the truth, and Marinette accepts she can never tell him the truth. Oh, and Luca's girlfriend seems to have a Kwame, probably setting up for the Brazil special. Oh my god, finally we are starting to deal with the consequences. This was like the best episode of the season. I know everyone's loving the slower, more character building episodes, but it was getting kind of stale. You can only go so long ignoring the giant Gabriel-sized elephant in the room, and forcing them to confront it was amazing. Obviously there's no massive reveal, but that's fine because this is a setup episode, and the thing it's setting up is something I'm really looking forward to. So without further ado, let's get to the good, which thankfully is a lot this episode. Mostly though, it was all of the Adrian focus, and not just focus on Adrian, but the right kind of focus. It was so cathartic to finally hear Adrian tell us how he's feeling about his dad's premature demise and glorification, how it's affected him, since all he has ever known him as is an absent, abusive narcissist who has only ever loved himself and his wife. Gabriel can say it as many times as he wants that he did it for Adrian, but come on. It was really refreshing how openly Adrian was allowed to just hate that asshole, and rightfully so. I was dreading this episode because I thought Adrian was going to be in denial, but him being the only rational one in the room, remembering all the bad his father did and just reminding everyone about it, while the loser goes on and on glazing him, was amazing. I also liked how they finally made Adrian smart for once. There's an ongoing joke that Adrian is head empty and eyes closed all the time because of how stupid some of his actions and assumptions are, and how easily anyone can trick him into believing whatever they want. But that's not his character. That's more to do with, like, the writing not being always great. Finding out that Adrian didn't buy Ladybug's whole Gabriel's secret superhero fic was a nice reminder that this boy is smart. He's supposed to be intelligent. The writing just forgets it a few times. The writing does that a lot for a lot of the characters. Adrian was definitely the highlight of the episode, but there's a lot of other good stuff as well, specifically Luca. My boy finally got screen time. That's more than just a phone call. And we are actually setting up an arc with him, meaning he is not done. And that arc being him not being over Ladybug, which either is going to get resolved this season or most likely in the Brazil special. I mean, what else was the point of Irupe and her Kwame if not to have her be the hero of Brazil? Luca was a standout this episode. I mean, after season 4 and 5, I kind of got used to him never being interesting or getting any further development. But them actually going out of their way to write him something that makes sense and give him a way more interesting motivation to leave Paris just enhanced my excitement for this season. Please don't let me down. Please don't let me down. Please don't let me down. Please, please, please. It's a good time to be a Kagami and Luca fan. But it's not a good time to be a Natalie fan. So let's get into the bad. Surprise, surprise, it's not much. Only thing I'm not a huge fan of is the Natalie stuff. I mean, why are we putting her in this role? Why are we putting her in the role of the person who is bent on keeping Adrian's secret and making it seem like she's the one forcing Mary? Did we forget whose idea all this was? I'll give you a hint, it wasn't Natalie. If they wanted this in their dynamic, they could have had Gabriel haunt the narrative as a projection from Mary's mind, as she clearly isn't over it, you know? Like what happened in like Heathers, the musical. We also could have gotten like opportunities to get real artistic with that, but that's not what we got. What we're getting is character assassination for Natalie. And as a Natalie fan, it's not looking good, but it seems like they're setting up for her. But thankfully, that's the only piece of bad I had with this episode. Overall, the episode was amazing. After a really, really long time, I can't believe I'm actually looking forward to Miraculous. It's like I never learn anything. If I have to rate it, I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10. And I thought before leaving, I'd rank all the episodes so far in order of my favorite to least favorite. Let's go. Mr. Agreste, The Ruler, Daddy Cop, Climatic Queen, Revelator, El Toro de Pietra, Illustrator, Sublimation, and last but definitely the least, Where Papas. And with that, I'm done. Tell me what you thought of the episode, hated it, loved it, or just did not care. If you liked the video, I've got a whole playlist full of Miraculous videos along with Winx Club and K-pop Demon Hunters. And I'm gonna be back when the next episode comes out, which seems to be Sleeping Siren, coming out on October 3rd. Then it's Reckless Driver. No, then it's The Dark Castle on the 11th, and a day later, Reckless Driver. So until then, bye.